Hola, hola, mi gente. Welcome to this beautiful day. Happy Sunday. Yesterday's reading is the weekend reading. So today I want to show up still. And today's connection, we can say, is going to be a reading as well, but we're going to do things a little bit different. So thank you for being here. This is hosted by Miracles Within Us series Soy la Medicina. I'm your host, Aku, and let's get started. So today, what I would like you to do before we begin this reading is I'm going to do two different piles. Either one, you pick the number one, or you pick the number two. Don't think about it too much. Whichever one you felt first, that's going to be your special message for this week. But before we begin that, I always want to start off with cleansing our energy and then cleansing the space. I find it really important that before you do anything, that you get yourself centered first and then you deliver, you give outwardly. Because you don't want to bring in your own stuff. So here we go. Let me cleanse myself. And here is a cleansing for all my beautiful gente. Cleanse this energy. Now, I just want to let you know that I have two doggies here today, so you might hear a little playing, a little barking, a little shh, a little that, a little this. So we're going to welcome in whatever comes. All right, so let's see. For those who chose number one, let's see what your special message for this week is. What is your special message? What is the needing? What is it that you need this week? What is underneath this card wants to pop out? We start with the Three of Cups in reverse. So those who pick we got the Nine of Cups in reverse, and right under that was hiding the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, so pile number one, those who chose number one, your special message for today has to do with self-empowerment. It's the Three of Cups in reverse. You see, this Three of Cups is like about celebrating, about being in community. When it's in the reverse, right, energy, what is telling me here, and with this Queen of Pentacles, right, it's not a negative thing. So it's not like, oh, there's backstabbing or anything like that. I'm not getting that for you this week. What I'm getting is that you need to pay attention to aligning your walk with your talk, or your talk with your walk, right? You got to start aligning your spirit with your heart, right? There's been a lot of emotional stuff that's been coming up for a lot of us. You know, this past week there was a lot of like needing to shift from the old version of ourselves into the new version, and there's a readjustment, there's a new learning, there's a unlearning that we have to do. And a part of that unlearning is it comes from the puppies are playing. um the unlearning comes from letting yourself integrate, and you kind of need to be with yourself. You need to have deep conversations with yourself so that it looks so cute, right? This is about it, just accepting the moments, right? There's going to be things that are going on in your personal life that you may think are in a distraction, and they're not. They're just here to remind you of the joy and the simplicity of just being in the moment. And a part of that being in the moment is needing to be with yourself and directing your actions with your heart and emotions, right? With the Three of Cups and the Nine of Cups in reverse, let me show you, right? These cards are both in the reverse, right? And so what this is telling me here is that as much as you want to be social this week and really there's a need to work on your pinnacle, your physical reality. There It's so funny how they were perfectly doing nothing. I turn on the camera and they start playing, right? And they're making all of this noise. I'm sure it's picking up in the mic and it's okay. And at the same time, there's a message in that for you where it's like, even though there are things happening, you must remember to match your action, your pentacle, your physical experience is needed to just kind of like focus on, right? She's the Queen of Pentacles. She's very intelligent, right? Very smart with her money, very smart with the way in which she operates and things. She knows when and when not to connect with others, and she knows the foundation of who she is, right? And so this is where it's about bringing that sort of queen energy into yourself. It's the receiver of information that then puts into the practicality. This Queen of Pentacles, she's a queen that puts actions behind her words, right? And so let's see what we have at the bottom of the deck. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So underneath everything, right? This Ace of Wands, there's a message coming through to you from spirit, from your higher self. There's like, for instance, it's like, let's say you are kind of contemplating a certain scenario, right? And you're like, oh, I could deal with this for another month or another week or another year. And then right after your spirit says, what? You trying to hold on to this for another month, another week? Are you not listening? So there's something like that comes in, like this dialect within yourself underneath everything that kind of like you're trying to convince yourself into like, oh, I can do this for another month, I could do this for another week, and your spirit is like, you crazy? No, we're giving you the out now, we're giving you the hand now, but you're not letting yourself integrate it, and it's coming through the spirit, through the fire within you. And it's like, if you find yourself this week having that internal dialogue, I want you to stop and pause and say, oh man, I this is what Aku was talking about. I want you to stop for a minute and just be like, okay, spirit, I hear you. You do not feel that that is in my highest and best interest to continue trying to compromise in this situation or whatever. I want you to open up and say, okay, since this isn't it, can you help me see, feel, know very clearly how to navigate this now? And I want you to pause. If you don't pause for a moment, the new insight will not be able to be translated within you because it's coming to you. It's there. You already have it, right? You are, remember, everything is within you. All the answers are within. It's just about revealing the answers, opening the correct door within your heart, within your body, within your system, within your energy. And in order to do that, I'm getting totally tongue-tied today. In order to do that, what is needed is for you to kind of look for a minute, give a pause, and let the inspiration of which direction to go in. So it's going to feel a little bit different for you because there are going to be things that are going to feel like they need your immediate attention, right? They're going to feel like they're going to need something from you, but it is your knowingness that, hey, I can't do that right now. I must listen to this spirit within, because if I don't, I'm going to recreate the same cycle, and the resources that I have now may not be the same ones that I'll have then when this cycle comes to a close again. And the truth is, you don't want to go through this cycle 15, 20 years, because it feels like a cycle that you're kind of moving past, that you've already ended internally, but action wise you have not, right? Or you're at the end of it. So now is that need to see, how do I navigate this? And I'm going to ask the energy oracle that question. Give um us more clarity around how do we navigate into this new integration and having it match the physicality, remembering we are the Queen of Pentacles. We have the number 19, rest and rejuvenation. Wait, today's the 19th. Explosion, bombs in the head. Today's the day. This is not tomorrow, right? It's like, yes, today can set the foundation in as far as how it is to move forward if you allow yourself to rest and rejuvenate. And you see this card, he is not lying down and just sleeping. He is meditating with purpose, right? And it's a masculine energy. So it feels, and he has his hands like in his sacral. Look, and the sacral energy is our connection to our creative flow. It is our connection to our pleasure. It is connected to our sex, right? It's connected to our organs of pleasure, right? On top of the expanding energy of bringing in life, right? So what is the clue, the key here is that even though you may think, oh, I don't have time to sit and meditate, I don't have time to rest and rejuvenate, that if you don't do that today, if you don't welcome that in today, for those who chose the number 1, you're going to find it difficult throughout the week to integrate the new awarenesses that are trying to be birthed to you, through you, in spirit, right? You're going to find yourself struggling with having to match your spirit and your physical. The rest and rejuvenation allows you to kind of organize your energy, right? And it's like, even though it may seem at the moment like, oh, I could be doing my laundry, I could be cooking for the week, I could be whatever, it's actually going to propel you more forward in the long term than you actually are letting yourself see. But you have to put to rest the need to like to feel like you need to accommodate to everyone, because that 3 of cups was the first one that came out in reverse. And it's like, you're gonna want to be social and everything. Like, today is a beautiful sunny day, yesterday was a rainy day, right? So you're gonna probably want to be out and being more social. Yet this is not about being social. This is about coming inward and being social with yourself, listening to your inner dialogue and asking the deep questions, journaling what comes in through this moment. Don't let past the ideas that you kind of dismiss as small ideas, or ideas that are like, one day I can get to that. Just write it down, and even just take it a step further, because it feels like the Queen of Pentacles, she's not afraid to take it a step further, right? She asks the deep questions. She's like, okay, spirit, thank you for this information, now what? And she lets the awareness come in as to how to navigate that, right? It may be, I want you this week to take note of any ideas that come up. Just write it down. Have a little notebook or some sort of app on your phone where whenever some idea pops in, just jot it down. Do a voice note to yourself. Whatever it is, do not let the inspiration pass you by, because you will then, in the future, very shortly after this, go back to that. You're going to be led back to that moment in the right time to look at that and then organize it into a plan. And right now, because of technology, we can utilize a lot of things to help us, right? Like, let's say some ideas start popping up for you in your mind and you just don't know where to begin. You know something? Chat GPT is super easy. It's free to use, right? You also want to use your discernment and keep your uniqueness in it. But it can help you organize, be like, oh, these are all the ideas I have, chat GPT. What is the theme between them? And if you were me, how would you, what would you do first, second, and third? How would you organize this in a 2 month, 3 month, 6 month plan? How do you see this becoming something of revenue or something of steps to moving, right? So maybe the inspiration is like, you need to move. Okay, how do I do so? How do I create my savings? What should I be doing? Where should I be looking? Right? Where's my spirit calling me to? And putting all those things down help me do a pros and cons list of all the things of this environment or whatever, or this job or this partnership or this new idea or this venture, whatever it is. Like, there are resources around you that you can now utilize. And the Queen of Pentacles, I feel that energy very strong here for you. Her energy is in the feminine, is still very focused, right? She's a very focused queen, and she's not afraid to take a risk, and she's not afraid to step into her body, right? The Queen of Pentacles is the most like embodied one. So she's into movement, right? She listens to the rhythms on the cycles of her body, right? She doesn't over push her body, and she doesn't underperform in herself by giving herself excuses. She's very clear as far as, this is my capacity right now, this is my capacity tomorrow, right? And then having joy in it, right? Like the way when we began this session, the dogs were playing and being playful, right? Right now they calmed down and they tired themselves out. They're both like passed out on the floor, right? So there's something about that. Like, let yourself get exhausted with the joy, right? Not the worrying, not the fear mongering or any of that. And yes, there's a lot of things going on in the world, and the best thing that you can do right now is organize yourself, right? Because you are feeding into the energetic grid. And what are you feeding into the energetic grid? And what are you letting the energetic grid feed into you? Do not let fear creep in. Okay, don't let past emotions deter you from your confidence, because that's another thing. The Queen of Pentacles, she's very confident. She knows her beauty, and she's not out here like, look at me and trying to get everyone's approval. No, she's focused on her pentacle, which is the physical, right? Her physical body, her physicalness, right? And with the Ace of Wands, which I really do love that it came out, even though it's in the reverse. It's in the reverse because you're not letting yourself take it in. And that's going to be your challenge this week. Your challenge this week is going to be to give space for your spirit to speak to you, to let your ancestors connect with you, to let the elements of nature come and tell you and give you the messages. All right. So that is for the first pile. All right. So thank you for being here. And if you still feel called for the second pile, let's see. All right, so let me just cleanse the energy from this here. Okay, so now we're gonna let that go. And now we're gonna step into the message for those who chose number 2. What is your special guidance for this week? What is it that is going to support you in elevating? What is it that you need to know that you don't see, but that if you knew will create a difference in your world? Let's see. Just want to make sure I shuffle these. Oh, there we go. We got the 3 of Pentacles. Wow. Begin with 3. The other one was the 3 of Cups in reverse. in the pile number one. So if you chose pile two, know that there may be some significance with pile one as far as you've moved past that and you're now in the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about being the three different roles. Remember, I always say this with this card: I am the art, I am the artist, and I am the teacher. Ooh, we got the Six of Swords. That has been coming up a lot. Like that came up a lot last week. Ooh, the Chariot in reverse. All right, anything else? Oh, as soon as I said that, we have the Six of Pentacles. Wow, we have two sixes. The Six of Pentacles and the Sun in reverse. And then underneath everything, we have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. Let's look at this story pile number two. So we have two major arcanas that come up in this pile. We have the Chariot and the Sun. They're both in reverse. Okay, so let's talk about major arcanas for a second. Major arcanas are significant life-changing experiences, moments in our life that we can either take a leap into another version of ourselves, or we stay stuck in some loop and have to come do the cycle again. They both came up in reverse. So pile number two, wake up. Do not let this moment pass you by. You are doubting yourself for all the roles that you play as of right now. Yes, you are the art, you are the artist, and you are the teacher. You have all of this, and also those around you are those things as well. As you walk through this week, right? This special connection this week is recognizing who are the people that inspire me. Those are your art. That's what you look at. That's what you're like, oh, this inspires me, right? What are the things that allow you to then become the artist, right? What is the work that you feel like, ooh, this excites me, right? Is it, like, don't underestimate your excitement. If your excitement is taking hikes, going into nature, there's something that you can do with that in a physical, where then you switch from just being, oh, this is beautiful, it inspires me, to then creating something with it and then teaching something around it. There's something around putting the steps into place. Okay. With I want to start with these two major arcanas, right? We have the Chariot and the Sun. They both came up in reverse. The Chariot, to me, right, there's something that needs to be, that is about walking, is about moving forward, and moving forward in a fast pace. So, and the Sun is about illumination. It's about completion. It's about seeing the truth. And the Sun is the number 19. Wow, that happened twice already. Today is the 19th. So both pile one and pile two, you both got this 19 number. And to me, I'm not even looking at all the other numbers. That one pulled me. So today is the 19th. The 19th. Today is the day. So the sun is out today. What are you going to do? Well, how are you going to let that sun invite inspiration into you? Right? So, what's going on here, what I'm feeling for you, your special message for this week, is about in order for you to step into the fast movement of the Chariot and to see your pentacles and all of these things, there's a need to release something, right? Because we go from the Three of Pentacles to the Six of Swords, which is turning your back on things and never going back to it again. There's something that you have become aware of, or that is becoming very present to you, that I need to walk away from this and never turn back. And that is where then we step into the Chariot in reverse, right? Where it's like there's The Chariot in reverse is like, I'm not moving forward. And I don't like that. And it's a pivotal moment right now, because if you don't, then you're creating the cycle all over again. Right? And then we move into the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Sun. The Six of Pentacles is about sharing your gifts. So I feel like in the past, when you've tried to share your gifts with the world, with other people, you kind of got shunned. And people maybe made you feel small, insignificant. And that wound is what is causing you not to want to share the Three of Pentacles, because the Three of Pentacles is what we begin with, right? Underneath everything is the Two of Pentacles in reverse. The Two of Pentacles in reverse is like, I can't juggle things. I'm not able to juggle this situation. I'm not allowing myself to see that I can do more than one thing. Right? And that's the thing, is like, there's certain things with the swords, is like certain beliefs, right? That need to be put to rest and never reawaken again. Right? There's certain beliefs like, I could never do this. No one will ever care about my work. This is pointless and a waste of my time. Those beliefs have to be completely eradicated in order for you to have the physical energy to move into doing the next thing, right? Because you're being asked to put in some physical more physical action behind the fire of the call within. Okay? Like, there's a need to see that this is a moment for you to put to rest those harsh words, right? You've already learned the lesson, and you've seen others do what you always wanted to do, and they're succeeding because they did not allow those judgments that were once placed upon you to hinder them, right? But the thing is, you can't just jump into the next thing without addressing this first. You have to release the thoughts around, I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, I don't have enough resources. That you need to put to rest. You need to open up the box of curiosity. And the box of curiosity is like, what if I did? What would happen? Right? What if I let myself just explore this for the rest of the month? What if I just, and you fill in the blank, right? It's like, how it's about breaking the mold. All right, let's see. Additional support, right? Any additional message that can help us clarify. Anxiety number 18. I'm sorry, my friend. I know that you're experiencing some deep anxiety around how to navigate this forward movement. There is like, the anxiety is coming from the realization, I know that I can't keep doing this the way I was doing it. I know that it is slowly deteriorating me. And the anxiety is, I don't know how I can see my way through this right now. And what is being asked at this time is to have trust in the letting go. You don't need to know all that is going to happen. You don't need to know the final step or the final destination. What is needed is for you to acknowledge, I have this huge amount of anxiety, right? I'm going to ask for some more support. We have the number, ooh, okay, pile number 2. Woo! Breathe in and breathe out. All right. We have the number 41, the seventh chakra with Archangel Uriel, and right behind it in reverse, we have the number 25, the sea. Now it was in the reverse. I like that, but it's still here. And the fact that we have anxiety, right? And I'm asking for a little more guidance on this. The anxiety has been birthed from your awareness because the seven chakras, like you see everything now, right? Your awareness of the pain behind being betrayed. I just got super emotional. I could feel the sadness of this. And this is why the chariot and the sun is in reverse. You trusted in someone, in something. It feels more like a person, and you got deeply betrayed. They either took your idea and try to claim it as their own. They try to twist things around and say that you then are now taking from them when you were the one who had the idea, and now you feel so lost because now you don't want to keep going in that direction, even though that was the thing that was birthed through you. It's a deep betrayal. It's very manipulative. I've been in this before where I was accused of like, oh, you kind of trying to copy me. I'm like, no. I've been this way for so long and you've been trying to stop me from being this way. And now that I kind of backed away and not showing you it, you then step into it. And then now that I'm like, all right, you're okay with it, I'm going to be my full self around you now. You're then saying that I'm taking from you. That is something for you to see about others and about what you bring to the table. You have a light, a way, a very unique way of being that others like and want to imitate, but do not want to give you the credit for, because it then brings up whatever wounds they're having. And I don't care about that right now. We're not here for other people, we're here for the self, right? We cannot save anyone, we cannot help anyone. We must take care of self, right? And I know that might sound selfish, but it isn't. It is the most beautiful thing we can offer the world, right? So what is happening here is there is this wound, a past wound around deep betrayals, people lying about you, people taking credit for what you've done. This could be in a work situation. This could be in relationship where someone tried to, maybe like an ex-partner, try to make you feel a certain way about something about yourself, and then here they are dating a person who was who's basically you all over again, right? And you're like, what? Right? Like it's mind blowing, right? Like it could strike like a pain in the heart. And the thing here is, what is going to get you through this is letting go of everyone else's perspective and perception of you, and step into yourself. The anxiety that is coming, that you are experiencing, is coming because of the fear of, if I do this, then how are people going to respond? And I don't know. You got to drop that part. You have to drop the part, because the reason why you have the anxiety is because your spirit is like, come on, you ready, you got this, let's go. You can see this now. It's time to create your art. It's time to step into the leadership roles. It's time to finally walk away and turn your back and never go back to that way of being. the version of yourself that was able to be manipulated, right? That version of you cannot exist where you're going, and that is why you have anxiety, because you do not know how to let that version of you. You're living through the wound of your pain. You're living through that pain, and now you're being given the opportunity to drop the pain, and it's going to require some navigating of the physical and the spiritual world and the thoughts, because the thoughts is the place where you're getting tripped up on, right? It's like you because you have these thoughts, they're hindering you from receiving new insights, more information around how to move forward, because it's overpowered with the anxiety. So first you need to calm your nervous system and start talking to yourself accordingly. Start talking to yourself in a way that is truthful and loving, because that is what you that is what's going to allow you to break through this deception, through the anxiety. The number 41, the crown chakra with Archangel Uriel. Call on your divine beings, call on the archangels, right? Archangel Uriel is a very powerful energy that works with the mind. So this is a moment to extract, right? I feel like there's a need to pull out beliefs that were implanted in you that are not yours, to deprogram your beliefs around yourself and reprogram true beliefs around yourself. You were led to believe that you had nothing to offer. You were led to believe that you didn't have, that you weren't unique, that your voice didn't matter, that your art didn't matter, that your perception on how you saw things didn't wasn't real. And the thing is, it is, and it is needed. The way that you are experiencing life, the way that you see things, can help others also escape the trap of the illusion of the deception and the anxiety. But to do so, you have to be willing to open up the book within yourself. You have a book of wisdom within you. For some of you, you might actually be um called to write a book or to write something, right? It might not be a book, it may be blogging, it may be a script, it may, I don't know, but something around the writing and the way you use your words and your language helps, um not just you get to the clarity of your expression, but also helps others. So for this week, your special message, your what we don't see is that you have some work to do, some internal work to do, some handing back to others what they have given you that is not yours, right? This is where there's a reclaiming of your energy. There's a need for you to do like daily cleansings of your spirit, of yourself, every night before you go to bed or while you're taking a shower, right? Talk to the spirit, talk out loud, talk it out, right? Say, I reclaim my energy now. In any place, space, dimension that my energy is trapped in, I call my energy back now. And as I say, it is done, because the power and the authority of who I am, and I am that I am. And due to that I am, and the power that runs through me, I call back all my energy. I call back all my energy between all time, space, dimension, and reality. And any energy that is not mine, I return back. I let it go. I surrender. And any energy that has attached itself to me, I also release right now with the power and strength of every word and every intention within me. I let go of any energies, any entities, anything that is trying to alter me from my path, that's trying to distract me, that is trying to move me, that is trying to create deception, that is trying to create anxiety. I release that now. I reclaim my righteousness at this moment now. I reclaim who I am now. No longer will I walk in fear. I walk in faith. I walk with strength, knowing exactly who I am and where I'm going. I step into my purpose with no fear. And anything that comes my way, I can handle because I have no fear. I see through and past illusions, and I release myself and my lineage from any deception that is trying to keep me from moving forward. I say this in the power of who I am and that I am. And I thank all of the spirit that is with me, the strength within my heart, in my voice, and in my conviction, and in my strength of authority. I now reclaim myself. I stand strong in myself. I no longer see myself as small, weak, or vulnerable. I see past that. I see through the illusions. And now, and now, and now I step in. And now, moving forward in every moment of the now, I step forward, moving in the strength and the authority of who I am, with clarity, love, and joy in my space. And anything that is standing in my way will be eradicated, destroyed, and I don't have to do nothing about it, because it is in my energy that will handle it. I will no longer play small. And I am stepping into that truth now and forevermore. Taking a deep breath in and release, and reclaim yourself. This anxiety and deception and all of this stuff is here because you have not reclaimed yourself. But now you have. And every day, remind yourself of this. And every moment that you find yourself having those small thoughts about you, oh, I don't know if I can do this, oh, this is hard, or I want you to stop and say, no, I know exactly who I am, and I am strength. And you move forward or claiming and affirming who you are. Do not play small. Do not let the past be the dictator of your future. The past is just experiences. Let it be lessons. Let it be things that help you navigate moving forward. All right, my beautiful souls. Thank you, pile number 2, for being here with me. And I will see you tomorrow in the daily reading. This message is going to be for the week. So even though there will be daily messages, this is also applied to that message. So if you're able to bring in this message with what is coming in daily, you will have a lot of resources on how to navigate certain things, and it's going to help you move forward. All right, my beautiful friends, de mi corazón hasta la tuya, from my heart to yours. See you tomorrow. Ciao.